Right, so this is a Hultafors 1.5 kilo axe, and this is brand new. All I've done is thinned out the handle a bit, and I've also really thinned back the cheeks down to 15 degrees, so you can see they're filed right back to the stamp. I've also taken it to probably 1,000 grit. I've used an Arkansas stone that doesn't have a grit, but it's quite a serious edge, so we'll see how it holds up. I was following Dudley Cooks from the axe book recommendation of 15 degrees, an inch behind, well, 1/16 of an inch from the edge. He said around 30 degrees, 25, 30, and then 15 degrees behind that. So that's what I've done, and I'll see how it performs later on. Right, so this is the Hults Bruk 1.5 with a 15 degree grind going into 25, just at the last millimetre of the blade. Now, people said this was a bit thin, but so far today absolutely no damage, and that's cutting hardwood beech and some dead softwood, hitting some knots. So far so good. But I'll show you how it's performing. There you go. Right, so this is a bit of fur. I mean, it's dead, but it's sort of semi-rotted. Still a bit hard in the middle, but this is what I used for the axe geometry test. So we'll see how sticky this is. So yeah, it handles softwood pretty well. If you come in and fill this, so that's how an axe should bite, especially in softwood. That's 15 degrees does that. Means that the axe really just cuts in without too much resistance. If you have too much of a steep grind, it's causing drag basically, and the axe won't cut. But it's a fairly good axe head. Basket axe is still a lot less sticky, but not too bad anyway. Definitely a good option. This cost me 40 quid, so very affordable. I think the steel's better than council tool. It's definitely holding an edge better, and 15 degrees, it's really pushing it. So definitely worth checking out one of them. So I'm rather impressed with how this axe is performing so far. It took me about 10 minutes of file work to get it into a working state, and then I just worked the edge with a stone for probably half an hour, which is entirely unnecessary. It's only 2 stones. The file does a fine job. But I think this head weight's very good. At 1.5 kilos, it's a lot heavier than a lot of boys' axes, but not so heavy that it's hard to control. I mean, I like an axe that's somewhere in between a 4 pound and a 2 pound. I find that to be the best weight, and with a 32-inch handle, this is absolutely perfect. I find 32 a good length. It's for just about everything. It's long enough for splitting and felling, but not so long it's cumbersome. And 32 you can buck with it very easily, and also limb. It's a very good size. I'm starting to think this is probably the perfect axe to buy at £40. Very affordable. The steel's shown itself to be very good. I mean, I'll continue to use it and update if anything about that changes, but very impressive. The handle comes quite thick. It's pretty standard thickness for most axe handles. I wouldn't say it's anything extreme, but I have worked it down, so now it is a lot thinner, and it has a good spring to it, so it was quite comfortable to use. Now, about handles being really thick, some people seem to think it's a big problem and it's something the manufacturers should change. Well, I think I don't mind it for several reasons. One is, if you were to pay someone to thin down the handle, it would add to the cost of the axe. Secondly, people have different taste with what fits their hand better and what they like. Some people like flatter, more octagonal handles. Some people like them rounder. So you'd have to cater to so many different tastes and have loads and loads of different handles, and then people would still complain. But when it's thicker, what it means is with this I worked it down with a rasp, and I could customise it to what I find comfortable. So I wouldn't see it so much as a disadvantage, but an advantage. And this kind of myth of older handles being better, well, a lot of the time axes didn't even come with handles, and the handles that were on them were still thinned down by professional loggers, even though they were a lot thinner than modern ones supposedly are. Considering you can buy 3 of these or 1 of these, hard to beat. I think this is probably going to be the axe to recommend. Anyway, I'll see how I get on with this. I'm thinking I'm going to make this my main axe for the next wee while and get back on how it holds up and whether I encounter any problems. But so far so good. I mean, other than a very slight crooked hang, I just can't believe how cheap they can make this. Very impressive.